Hello, my name is Leonardo Ortega and I am a Partner Relations Specialist at Work in Estonia program. And today I will share with you a bit more about what is my experience working in Estonia, about what is talent attraction in Estonia, what our country has to offer, as well as some of the activities that we do here at Work in Estonia. And probably you are wondering if this guy doesn't look like the typical Estonian. And this is because I'm not. I am a foreign specialist coming from Mexico, which has already been working here for a few years. And at the end of the presentation, you will understand why. Because it's one of the questions that we get very often at what are we doing here. But another question that we get is what is Estonia? And I could answer the typical response, which is a cozy Northern European country which has achieved a lot in the past few years in the ICT field. But if I go a bit deeper and think about it, then Estonia is not only a country, but it's actually its people. Estonia is a place of that has 1.3 million inhabitants, and I think this is the most important thing. The people that live, that work, that smile and laugh here every day. And as Kersti Kaljulaid said, which is the first female president of Estonia, that the natural resource that Estonia has is between our ears. And that means that is the minds and that is the brains that the people have that make Estonia the great place it is to work and live. And so one of the things that I will tell you today is why these talents come to Estonia, and why, even though we have 1.3 million people, which is not a lot, but actually we have achieved, Estonia has achieved a lot with this small amount of population, it still needs more talented people, more brains, more of this natural resource to come and work here in Estonia. So the question is, why do talents, international talents or specialists, would choose to come and work in Estonia? And so I will tell you a bit of the things that we asked them, and that they said that they are the reasons why they come here. So the first one is that you can accelerate your career. So you can achieve your professional goals in much less time compared to other countries. So for instance, there is very little organizational hierarchy here in Estonia, meaning that you don't have to go through your boss in order to reach top management and give your ideas. But actually, it doesn't matter wherever you come. If you're the youngest, if you're the newest person in the company, if you have a good idea, then it's going to make it work and you're going to be able to climb up the career ladder much faster. So this is a work culture that is based on merit, meaning based on whatever your achievements are, and not necessarily on how long have you been in the company, for example. And this, even though competition is tough, as any other places in the world, the very fast-growing companies that you can find in Estonia will actually help you, because if you enter in a company that is small size today, in 2 years' time, you might be already part of the senior staff there. And another issue that will help you grow your career faster compared to other places is that the language barrier here is small. Of course, if you learn the local language, which is Estonian, spoken around by 1 million people around the world, this will be a huge benefit. But it takes time. So you are very well starting with English, and also Russian and Finnish are widely spoken here. And definitely an extra asset can be your local language. For me, for example, Spanish has played an important role in growing my career. The second thing that I want to mention is digital society. And this is, let's say, a nickname that Estonia has acquired for itself. Wired magazine mentioned that Estonia is the most digitally advanced country in the world. What does this mean? It means that 99% of the state services are actually available online, meaning you can do your taxes, or you can also open a company from wherever you are located in the world if you have an internet connection. And it also means that you can save a lot of time and a lot of bureaucracy by accessing all of these services and signing things online, which means that at the end you have more time to spend doing the things that you actually like. And Estonia is the first country in the world to actually offer the service of the country to everyone that is living outside by this program of e-residency, meaning that any person around the world can actually have access to the digital services that Estonians have, no matter where they are located from, no matter where they are from. So this is also a very open place for talent, not only located in Estonia, but also outside of it. And digitally, things come naturally to Estonians, meaning you can find the whole country covered by 4G networks. So wherever you are in the woods or in the swamps, and you can do things online on your mobile phone, for example. 98% of the population has an ID card, which is actually the key to accessing these services online. And as well as 98% of the companies have been activated using these services online. So this is one of the things that foreign specialists actually prefer when coming to Estonia. And in addition to this, Estonia is the European capital of startups. According to the World Economic Forum, it is the number 3 in Europe for the number of startup capitals, which global companies that you might have heard of, such as Taxify, Skype, TransferWise, have been growing and started here. So these are some of the cool companies that actually you could get to work if you are interested in coming here and accelerating your career. The number 3rd reason, which sometimes Estonians might take for granted, is the fresh air and the clean nature. This is something that once you actually live in, you realize that you have. There is one of the cleanest environments where you can work here in Estonia, with the 4th best air quality in the world. And this is partly due because of the 51% of the territory of Estonia is covered by forest. So meaning you can take your car and drive 15-20 minutes out of the city, and you will be able to enjoy a very good, fresh air somewhere in the woods. 70% of the farmland is organic, and as well here in Estonia, the World Cleanup Day started, which is one day where everybody cleans voluntarily different places, and this tradition now has been grown globally with 120 million people doing this all over the world. And compared to other cities, for example, according to teleport.org, which is also one of the cool Estonian companies you can find, where you can compare different cities around the world and their living quality standards. According to this site, Tallinn is actually cleaner than some of the other international hubs, which are already very clean, such as Toronto or Berlin, which means that this really increases your life quality standards once you realize. And one of the 4th reasons that Estonians and foreigners themselves like is safety. And safety is a very important issue, and definitely you can feel very safe here in Estonia. According to the same website, teleport.org, Tallinn, for example, the capital city of Estonia, is one with very low crime rates. So in general, Estonia is a place to be, very safe. And in addition to this, in the digital sphere, it's also very safe. That is why Tallinn was chosen to be the location for the NATO Center of Cybersecurity Excellence here. So for this and other reasons, then you have nothing to worry about in that regard. The 5th reason why also foreign specialists like working in Estonia is because the living is easy. And not only because of the things that I mentioned before, but also because of terms of affordability. This means that you actually have less costs compared to other bigger hubs, so it leaves you more things that you can spend your money in. And as well, because of the work culture that I mentioned, it's very specific when it comes to work-life balance. Then you have the time and the money to spend it on the things that you actually like. So what does it actually mean? Well, in terms of money-wise, you can see on the screen that salaries are not as high, basically, as other of the global hubs. but in the ITC sector, for example, they are much higher and much competitive. And also the expenses that you would have here, for example, in terms of housing, are not as bigger as in other countries compared to other global hubs such as Amsterdam or San Francisco, where you would spend about 50% of your income in housing. In Estonia, this would be around the 30-40%, which is again more time, more money that you can invest this thing on, and you get as good or even better life quality standards compared to these places. And just to give you an idea, for example, a meal in an inexpensive restaurant will cost you around 7 euros. There are also like daily offers which cost you around 5.50, or a Big Mac, which is also a standard you can compare to your own country, is around 5 euros and 50 cents. But you can also check those later on the workinestonia.com website. And the sixth reason why people like to come in Estonia, well, this one is not so positive, because we don't say Estonia is perfect, we just say that it's a really cool place where you can come, work and live. And so the sixth thing is one thing that you could actually most likely take into account when it comes to working in Estonia, and that is the weather. And it means it can get really chilly in winter. Temperatures can drop up to minus 20 degrees for a couple of days, and they are long and they are dark winters. But no worries, Estonians say that there is no bad weather, there is only bad clothing. So you'll learn about that once you come and visit here in Estonia. And definitely there are plenty of winter activities that you can enjoy besides sipping a cup of tea somewhere in your warm living room. So these are the reasons why foreign specialists come to Estonia. These are the reasons that they have mentioned themselves. These are some of the reasons why I ended up here. And because of this and many others, for example, Glassdoor has been selected Estonia in 2016 as the best place to find a job in Europe. So these are some of the things that you probably did not know about Estonia. But how does this all plays into the terms of talent attraction, and how do we get this outside to the world so people would know Estonia more as a destination? And this is what the Work in Estonia program does. Together with my colleagues, we work towards introducing Estonia as a great working and living destination for all the foreigners that are living around the world with the highest skills that the Estonian companies need. So this is what we do, mainly through the workinestonia.com website. And there is also a very handy step-by-step guide, which by answering 3 questions: where do you come from, how long are you going to stay, and if you're coming with a family or alone, then you can get a checklist of the things that you would be needing in order to come to Estonia. And don't get it from me, don't get it from us. There is also plenty of testimonial videos of real people having real jobs here, coming from different parts of the world, where they can explain you how is it working in Estonia for them, and also companies that have hired these foreigners and what they have to offer, so you can get an idea. And if you don't find it what you are looking for there, you can always write to us or sign into the newsletter, which keeps you updated with job offers and with the latest news on relocating to Estonia. The other aspect is the company side, because we actually work for the companies that they need these talents. On one hand, we offer to the talents information that they need to come to Estonia, but on the other hand, we help the companies reach these talents abroad and also make the process of for these companies to hire internationals much more easy. So some examples of the services that we offer to the companies are information about the foreign recruitment process. So if they have any questions about how to start hiring someone from abroad, then they can always contact with us. And if we don't have the answer, then together with other government dependencies, we can help them find a solution. There is also a foreign recruitment checklist, which is similar to the ones we give to internationals. This one also is for companies thought about what are the steps and the things that they will need to do in order to hire people from abroad. And in addition to this, we also provide with marketing materials that will help them introduce Estonia as a working and living destination. This is something that is very much important, because then the companies themselves don't need to spend these resources into putting the effort into these materials. So we provide these materials with them, and one of these, for example, is the Relocation guide, which is some sort of booklet where you can find information about everything related to working in Estonia, and the companies use it to provide it to their potential candidates, or we can also provide it to the candidates as well. There are also legal document translations if they are in a rush to get some documents in English. And also, of course, the posting and sharing of the job services and offers in our website, workinestonia.com, and this is completely free of charge, such as the other ones. But probably one of the most important things are the campaigns that Work in Estonia does in order to get the word out to the world that Estonia is a good place and they can check it out if they're interested in accelerating their career. And these campaigns are mostly online, but we actually also do on-site activities, such as assisting to different sort of events where we can find the people that Estonia needs the most. And similar to the people internationals, we have a newsletter for the companies, which keep them updated of news and regulations that are changing every year in order to make this whole process much easier. So thank you. This has been everything from my side. Now you have understood a bit more about why do foreigners might want to come to Estonia, what is that Estonia has to offer, what sort of work and living environment it offers, and also what sort of services Work in Estonia in order to attract this talent offers. So if you have any questions, any issues, just get in touch with us in workinestonia.com website. You can find our contacts, and thank you for watching.